Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Lexus RX 400 hybrid, and this is the SE Navigator model, finished in silver with the, I believe it's oak and beige interior, which looks absolutely fantastic in the car. Low mileage on this, 67,000 miles from memory, but I'll just confirm that when we get back into the car. But the car's in really fabulous condition, only the odd minor age-related mark anywhere on the vehicle, but around the front of the car here, all very, very clean and tidy. Bonnet of the car is admirably free of stone chipping. If there's anything there, it's minuscule. You have to look very hard for it. Near side of the vehicle, just a squat down, absolutely mirror smooth in the panel work. There's no indentations at all. Front bumper corner and front wing, clean as a whistle. Front alloy, very good, just a tiny bit down there on the bottom, you can see on the rim, but these are original wheels, which is rare to see them in such good condition actually. Bridgestone tyres fitted all around on this car, very good sign of ownership to keep premium brand tyres on any given vehicle obviously, but the panel work is very, very clean. I do counter that by saying that obviously the camera is not going to pick up on everything. Sorry, just do this wheel at the back, again very clean. So we do encourage people to come and see the cars, because there will be the odd minor mark that either I or the camera does miss rather. But around the back of the car, again, all very, very clean and tidy. Very good looking cars these. And then off side of the vehicle, as with the near side, pretty much mirror smooth. The only mark I could see of any note, you can see it there, tiny little indentation on the plastic bumper, but that's pretty much the sum total of what's on the exterior of the car. It is very, very, very nice. Rear alloy, again, very clean and tidy. So you'll hear the hybrid kicking in and out. I always have the engines running in the videos just to show them in operation. And then just to finish, final alloy. This is the one which has got probably the most on it, just a tiny bit of piddling on there and on the spoke there. But what I love about this car, it is a very original car. It's not been messed around with in any way at all. Let's come to the back. Big boots on these cars. What's nice to see is this is really, really fabulous condition. As you can see there, it's had the load liner fitted from new, and obviously that's protected the carpets underneath, which are all in very, very nice condition underneath here. And obviously you've got your stowage areas, all the tools and everything else are all fully intact. But as I said, all the trim has been kept really nicely. Tonneau covers there. They can go walkabouts, as many people know, but there we are. So just come to the back of the car now. Full set of original Lexus mats all through the car. Leatherwork in the back here is in absolutely beautiful, beautiful condition. It really is fantastic. Loads and loads and loads of rear legroom in the Lexus. And then back of the seats there, all in very fine order as well. Let's come to the front of the car now. Driver's door card, as with the rest. Again, really, really lovely condition. Footwell areas, all very good. Driver's seat itself looks pretty much as new. It's in incredible condition, it really is. Likewise, passenger seat over there, again in equally good condition. So inside the car now, passenger door card, as with the rest, absolutely fantastic. Dashboard just looks and feels like new. It's incredible condition. There's no sort of silicone spray in here at all. This is original plastics, not shined up for the advert or the photographs or video. It's just exactly as it is, and it's been kept remarkably well. Sat nav, as you can see there, fully functional. If I pop it into reverse there, got a nice clear parking camera with a little grid guide there as well. And obviously, when you get the Navigator models, that means you get the uprated Mark Levinson stereo, which is a really high quality stereo in the car. But it really is in absolutely fabulous order in here. Just to come into there, hopefully you can see that, 67,709 miles, and there's absolutely no warning lights on the vehicle whatsoever, as you'd expect on a Lexus. Multifunction steering wheel, audio top left, and hands-free functions and display and information on the right there as well. But genuinely a really, really fine example of what is it's a really brilliant car. It really is. Just to quickly show you, quite often overlooked, the original owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut set is here and present with the car. So finally, just to come under the engine bay, as expect from Lexus, all very nicely presented underneath here. Obviously, as I said, the hybrid will cut in and out as it's meant to do. This car has benefited from a wonderful service history with Lexus. It really has. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus RX 400 hybrid, and this is the SE Navigator model. Reason we do the road tests, very simple indeed. We want customers to see cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues relating to the car, we can feed them back to you. And I do that, so I'm critical on the cars. So if there's something not quite right, you get to know about it. This car is registered GY57EXR, and mileage at the start of the road test is 67,702 miles. If you've already read the advert, you know how well the car's been looked after by Lexus, only recently serviced by them, and it feels like it. It feels absolutely fantastic. Engine starts silently, of course, in hybrid mode. When the engine does engage, it's very smooth. Beautiful engine, sounds absolutely fantastic when pressed, but there's no warning lights, no issues with the vehicle. Temperature gauge running just under half, which is exactly where it wants to be on one of these Lexus cars as well. So in terms of engine, absolutely spot on, can't fault it. Gearbox, CVT gearbox on the hybrids, perfect match for the engine, absolutely perfect. The way it and the engine work together is as close to seamless as you'll ever experience. It is a bizarre experience, only because it's so smooth. You know, there is no gear change, so when you put your foot down, it's like a piece of elastic just pulling you towards the horizon with no kind of jolts or thuds or anything at all. It's just amazing to experience it, especially for the first time. You know, I've had loads of them. I've had the later 450s, and I absolutely love these things. In terms of kind of wear in the gearbox, can't detect any, certainly not this mileage anyway. It's, you know, these are good for well over 300,000 miles, so you know it is a very low mileage vehicle, this one. But all the checks you should do by sort of putting it into drive and reverse and just seeing if there's any delays or thumps as it engages, but absolutely nothing on it. Brakes on the car, just going to give them a bit of a shove. Nice solid brake pedal, there's no vibrations or pulsing from the brake pedal at all. The car is going to be going through a brand new MOT, and that's done independently of us, by the way, and it will be going over there this afternoon. So if there is any kind of wear in the brakes, then we'll get to know about it and attend to it as required. But I can't feel anything. I'd be surprised if they find a thing, in all honesty. Steering of the car, nice and positive. Track's nice and straight as well. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all at this or any other speed, which is a sort of real bugbear of mine. But the steering itself just exhibits, again, as with the rest of the car, just absolutely no wear in it. There's no slop, no delays, no kind of looseness to the feel of the car. And the same goes for the suspension on the vehicle. The car will go over bumps, you'll hear it quite rightly, although relatively quietly compared to most cars, but there's no sort of secondary thumps, bangs, clonks or anything else going back through the vehicle, which suggests things like kind of anti-roll bar links, drop links, little suspension bushes are all in very good order indeed. But in reality, it's the way the thing drives. You know, it's so smooth. It's got a kind of wafts along really well, but doesn't fall apart in the corners. It's not to say it's a sports car, because quite clearly it isn't, but it doesn't feel clumsy, doesn't feel cumbersome, doesn't feel as though it's lurching unnecessarily, like some big, tall, heavy cars can feel. It's got none of that at all, and I've had enough of them to know that, especially with kids that are prone to travel sickness, you know, if you do have a car like that. I had a lovely Toyota Land Cruiser, which is a brilliant car, but it's old school, and it really did kind of lurch through the corners, you know, relatively speaking anyway, and the kids were green within half an hour getting in the car. And same trip in one of these, absolutely no effect on them whatsoever. Also, as I'm driving along, just listening out for any kind of noises that shouldn't be there in terms of wind noise. So if you had a damaged seal, let's say on a windscreen or the electric sunroof or one of the doors, what is essentially an unbelievably quiet car would be ruined with kind of wind hiss coming in, but there's nothing. It's absolutely beautifully quiet in here. It's also, which the static videos can't really show you, and I can't really get across to you, it's just how solid these cars feel. They are just brilliantly built. Build quality is banded around, usually kind of towards the Germans, but the reality is they're not, over the life of the car, as well built as these. There's not a hint of a buzz or a trim rattle, nothing, but it's the solidity on the road. If you remember this video, when you come and see it, you remember what I say. It just feels rock solid. It's a lovely premium quality car. Looking around inside the car, everything's functioning exactly as it should. Obviously we've got the sat-nav system on this Navigator model. As part of that, you also get the Mark Levinson stereo, which is a very high quality stereo with the multiplay CD player. You also get hands-free function for the Bluetooth on the phone. I haven't checked that, by the way, so that's something you'd want to check, and we don't guarantee it on cars at this age, but they usually work on the Lexus, but I said I physically haven't checked that. All the controls, all the switch gear is in beautiful condition. We've not even touched or cleaned this car in any way yet. It's not going to need an awful lot, in all honesty. But it's just the sheer quality of actuation of the every switch you press that shames its rivals, in all honesty. The air conditioning pumps out lovely ice cold air. The heated seats, I did try those earlier. I'll do them again just to make absolutely certain, but my passenger, who I just dropped off, checked the passenger one, that was working absolutely fine. But it's the way the dashboard works. It's in an age where cars become more complicated. Pardon me. Crikey, that seat is hot straight away. That's very effective. It's just nice to have a simple, easy to use dashboard. I mean, I've got to say, I've got the 450, the later one now, and I prefer the interior of these. I still do. I just don't. I've got used to the mouse control, and it is very good for one of them. But I just like to press buttons. But I'm a proper old dinosaur. But the reality is, the video was just to show the car in operation. These are wonderful cars. That certainly compared to any of their competitors, you'd have to drive them back to back to experience just how smooth and serene these things are in the way they go about their business. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful car, and as an example, it's been beautifully looked after as well. If I've missed anything on the video, then obviously don't hesitate. Do please give us a call, and I'll happily answer any questions you might have. But I found nothing on this car that merits any mention at all.